Hello. It's been a while since I've filmed a sit-down video, and apparently the only videos I know how to film right now are book unhauls, so that's what I'm doing today. I am getting rid of some books. Some books I've read, some books that I have not read, but I don't really feel like reading anymore. The amount of books I have that I have not read are giving me a whole bunch of anxiety, and so any opportunity I get to help with that is welcome. So yeah, let's get started in no particular order. First one is Queen of None by Tanya Barron. I read this earlier this year and it was good. It's about King Arthur's sister in some events that happen in Camelot. It was fine. I don't think I see myself rereading it anytime soon, and I don't see myself continuing on with the series, which reminds me I should update my Amazon wishlist because I think the second book in the series is on that, so I will be removing that. The next book is a duplicate copy, and that is Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros. Ooh, the ring light is giving it a whole bunch of glare. This is the Target exclusive edition that I got like a crazy person. I stood out of Target at 6 in the morning and got my hands on this edition. I also have the other like first edition of it, and I don't need 2 copies. This one, like many of these editions, is a little warped right here, but yeah, I like the other one better, as much as I really liked having the ribbon bookmark. I think I'm just gonna hold on to the one, and I just got this just so I could read it, and then I am getting rid of it because I don't really want it. Quicksilver by Callie Hart. I do prefer this cover to the new covers. I hate that Callie was bullied by readers thinking that this is AI, when in actuality she took stock imagery and composited this image. I think this is great. I wish we had gotten something similar for Brimstone. I am gonna read Brimstone, but I'm finding out that maybe I don't need to own every single book that I have. This I got after listening to majority of the audiobook, and I don't need a shelf trophy. We don't need shelf trophies. Remember that, folks. The next book is Slingshot by Mercedes Helnwein. I got this when I went to a bookstore in Kernersville or Burlington. They had a table with some blind dates with the book. I picked this up because it was a YA romance, comedic romance. I'm not sure. Can't recall what the label was, but I grabbed that, opened this, and I've tried reading it a few times. I've tried reading it physically. I've tried listening to the audiobook. It's just not happening. I don't want to fight it. I have no interest in reading it. Hopefully someone else will be interested. The next book is Silver Elite by Danny Francis. I got this with Book of the Month. It was, I think, an add-on, or I just happened to select it because I needed to select a book and I wasn't able to cancel it in time. So yeah, I meant to read this, but I never got around to it. And if I'm honest with myself, I don't think I'm gonna get to it anytime soon. I've heard not great things about it, and I've heard good things about it. Where I will fall in that, I don't know, but the audiobook is on Spotify, so this book, I forgot I had it because I thought I got rid of it after reading, but I found it the other day, and that is Shipwrecked by Olivia Dade. This is the third book in this like companion series. It's not my favorite. I actually preferred the second book in the series more, and I really only got this because of the cover artist Lenny Kaufman. She is one of my favorite cover artists out there, and I'm always gravitating towards books that she illustrates, but this book was not my favorite. which is sad because it's stunning, but I didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy the characters. Yeah. I'll always remember reading it, but I don't need it in my collection. So this book makes me so sad. And it is The Death Catchers by Jennifer Ann Coglier. I read this in 2013. I read it from the library, and then I had to have my own copy because I thought this is an amazing series. I need it in my collection. Series. Ha! Not really a series because there is no other books after this, which is terrible because it didn't end on a cliffhanger, but it ended leaving you wanting more. And it's kind of got this King Arthur reincarnation going on, death predictions. I don't remember because it's been over a decade since I read it, but I remember loving it. But I don't want to read it again because it will just make me sad. I might read it depending on how long this stays in my Pango listings. I don't know. But for the time being, I'm going to get rid of this and mourn the series that never was. The next 3 books are actually related. This is The Camelot Code by Mary Mancusi. This was fun from what I can remember. Again, it's been close to 10 years since I last read it. It's this modern day gamer girl who gets sucked into the past, into Arthurian legend, and while she's there, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, Arthur gets brought back to the present day and has to attend high school. And I think this was fun. I'm not sure it kept me entertained the entire way through.
God, I'm seeing spots from the ring light.
But yeah, that's this paperback copy. And then a couple years ago, I found out that the books were rebranded. So this is that same book, just with like a young adult aesthetic change. I don't know. And a sequel came out, and I got both of those, thinking I was going to reread this and read this, but never got around to it. And I hate to say, Merlin's in the background right here. I think I'm over Arthurian legend, or I'm not going ham on it at least. Like, I still love several books about Merlin and Arthur and Morgana and Guinevere, but I'm not jumping at every single piece of literature and media about it. So these 3 books are gonna go. In that same vein, I'm gonna get rid of Camelot Burning by Catherine Rose. This was like a steampunk Camelot. God, I only remember the name of the girl. That's Vivian, I think, a handmaid in King Arthur's court, and Merlin is like an addict because magic is his drug of choice, and Guinevere and Lancelot do the weird stuff. I don't remember. It's been years. I've never reread this. There's a sequel that I don't have any more interest in, sadly. Yeah, I'm gonna part ways with it. Hopefully someone can breathe new life into this and enjoy it and adore it. But this time has passed for me. These next 3 are unrelated, but they're all related to Arthurian legend. Merlin's Blade, I've tried to pick up twice now. Robert Treskilliard. A meteorite falls down and it starts affecting the villagers, and Merlin has to figure out what's going on. This is not a Merlin that I recognize, so I'm not interested in it. I'm sorry. Morgana trilogy. This is Organ Pendragon going to a boarding school and weird shit happens. I've never read it. I don't really plan on reading it anymore. And she has to train to become a Knight of the Round Table. This is Blood of the Fae, part of the Morgana trilogy by Alessa Elfson. and I'm gonna let it go. The next book in this Merlin Arthurian legend stack is Lancelot and the Lord of the Distant Isles by Patricia Terry and Samuel Rosenberg. This is an old one. I got it used on eBay, maybe Pango, maybe Abe Books. It's got its old sticker here. Yeah, I forget why I picked this up. I think there was a short story in here that I was mildly interested in. It's less of an Arthurian retelling, more of a actual like old fable, but I never got around to it and my interest waned as well. So we're gonna try to find it a new home. And we have The Love Interest by Cale Dietrich. It is, I think, like a spy organization that has like a target is a woman, and then there is the good boy or the good guy and the bad guy, and they try to win her affections. But I think in here they start having feelings for each other, not the girl, which I need. But I never got around to it, and maybe one day I will, but for right now, I'm gonna let it go. Yeah. Can we appreciate the cover though? Like, it's giving that Reese Witherspoon and Chris Pine movie about spies and a girl. And the last book I am going to be unhauling today is Night Shine by Tessa Gratton. This, I don't remember what it is about. I must apologize. I got this from a table that was at the Cleveland Farmers Market. They were giving away free books, and I had grabbed this. And my friend Ashley, I think she got a copy of her own too. And we were going to buddy read this, but we never did end up buddy reading it. And she and I both have several unread books in our collections that we want to get to before this. So I think I'm going to pass on this and maybe donate it to a little free library. So yeah, that's that. And those are the books that I am getting rid of this fine evening. I wanted to film this today because I've gotten several books lately. And also these books were on my bed and I want to go to sleep eventually. It is around 9 o'clock at night on a Sunday and I have work. So yeah, there's that. I hope you enjoyed. I apologize that this was not as informative on some of these books as it could have been, but I enjoyed filming it. Anyways, I hope you have a lovely evening, a lovely afternoon, or a lovely morning, whenever, wherever you're watching this. And I'll see you next time.